far north Queensland, less than 200 kilometres from Cairns, lies a property of immense significance to the conservation of Australia's threatened wildlife. A place that only now is beginning to reveal its biological treasures. Brookland Station, covering 60,000 hectares, or 150,000 acres, is a hotspot for the wildlife of Northern Australia. This single property is home to 40% of Australia's bird species and 30% of Australia's mammals. No other place in this country contains such an extraordinary concentration of wildlife. In total, almost 500 species of birds, mammals, reptiles and amphibians. Sadly, however, the future for many species on Brookland now hangs in the balance. Altogether, 45 of the species which are found here are listed as threatened with extinction, including critically endangered mammals such as the northern bettong. The non-profit Australian Wildlife Conservancy became aware of Brookland nearly 2 years ago. When AWC scientists first visited the property, they quickly realised that it could play a vital role in protecting a range of rare and declining species. Brookland is a property of dramatic contrasts, supporting an incredible variety of habitats. Rugged mountains dominate the eastern section, rising to over 1,000 metres. Annual rainfall on these peaks can reach 4,000 millimetres, or 160 inches, giving life to some of Australia's richest rainforest communities. Rainforest on the mountain heights gives way further down the slopes to wet sclerophyll forest. The rainforest and wet sclerophyll on Brookland is World Heritage listed, emphasising the international significance of these wildlife-rich habitats. Elusive species such as Lumholtz's tree kangaroo, striped possum, spotted-tailed quoll, and almost 20% of Australia's frog species find refuge here. The southern cassowary is one of the forest's many threatened birds. For avid birdwatchers, the blue-faced parrotfinch and the golden bowerbird are highlights. It's a naturalist's paradise. Below the wet sclerophyll, as rainfall drops off sharply, tall woodlands skirt the foothills before making the transition to low, open, grassy woodlands. This is the floodplain of the mighty Mitchell River and its tributaries. The river, fringed by melaleucas and red gums, runs through Brookland for more than 40 kilometres. Only the prominent spire of Lighthouse Peak and the bare granite hills of Mount Alto and Little Alto rise above the floodplain. It is the Mitchell River and its alluvial floodplain that made Brookland a viable cattle property. Now, however, the years of cattle grazing, altered fire regimes and the encroachment of weeds are threatening to overwhelm Brookland's native species. The future for Brookland's threatened wildlife hangs in the balance. 2 years after first visiting the property, AWC has launched a bold bid to save Brookland and its wildlife. After lengthy negotiations with the previous owner, AWC has acquired Brookland Station. It becomes AWC's 12th wildlife sanctuary. However, the mere acquisition of Brookland will not ensure a secure future for its wildlife. AWC must establish and implement an effective on-ground management regime, which addresses key issues such as fire, weeds, and uncontrolled recreational use. Resources are urgently needed to put in place the practical measures that will save Brookland's wildlife. AWC is funded by generous tax-deductible donations from its supporters around Australia. We now need your help to establish Brookland as one of Australia's leading nature reserves. Australia is rapidly losing its last wild places. However you can make a difference, please help AWC provide a secure future for Brookland and its threatened wildlife before it's too late.